The nation's strength, you are the nation's future. Let's rise with the spirit of success.
In line with the government's development program to uplift the nation, People's Bank introduces the Business Power Loan Scheme to empower small and medium enterprises. Visit your nearest People's Bank for more details.
Let's rise with the spirit of success.
In a few moments, the news.
People's Bank introduces the Business Power Loan Scheme to empower small and medium enterprises.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
The time is 6:45. Here is the news, edited by Yogaraj, read by Victor Raj. First, take a look at the headlines of the local news. The budget proposals for 2021 bill presented to the Parliament on the 17th of this month. A special work plan will be devised to stop importation of potato, onions and pepper within the next 3 years. Sri Lanka confirms 36th COVID-19 death. The essential services could deliver to the isolated or semi-lockdown areas with the permission of Health Services Director General. The Health Ministry issues guidelines to the devotees when organizing Katinapinkan. News overseas, Armenia, Azerbaijan and Russia signed Nagorno-Karabakh peace deal. In sports news, the Vietnamese Grand Prix has been dropped from the 2021 Formula One calendar. Local news in detail. The budget proposals for 2021 will be presented to the Parliament on the 17th of this month. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa, in the capacity of the Finance Minister, will present this budget proposal. The Budget Committee's stage debate will be limited to 11 days this time. Funds related to appropriation bills will be presented on the 12th of this month at 10 a.m. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa emphasizes the importance of strengthening the local economy. The President also pointed out the importance of the increasing the local production, especially the core crops or import-dependent goods. The President stated that the agricultural goods which imported from the foreign countries should be limited and thereby the local agricultural products should be promoted. Accordingly, a special work plan will be devised to stop importing of potato, onions and pepper within the next 3 years. The essential services could deliver to the isolated or semi-lockdown areas with the permission of the Health Services Director General. The Health Services Department has issued a guideline circular in this regard. Meanwhile, the Health Ministry issues guidelines to the devotees when organizing Katinapinkan. These rituals could be performed under strict health guidelines. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
People's Bank introduces the Business Power Loan Scheme to empower small and medium enterprises.
Continuing with more local news, the essential services could be delivered to the isolated or semi-lockdown areas within the permission of the Health Services Director General is further emphasized. Sri Lanka's COVID-19 death toll went up to 36 as a person receiving treatment at the Infectious Disease Hospital, IDH, passed away. The Director General of the Health Services confirmed yesterday the deceased is an 84-year-old woman residing in the Kandana area, according to the Department of Government Information. Reportedly, she had been suffering from a long-term illness and was transferred from a private hospital to the IDH where she succumbed to the virus. The cause of death has been determined as COVID-19 related pneumonia. The effective measures have been taken to provide goods worth 10,000 rupees to 7,828 families in the Kampahar district. These goods will be provided in 2 stages, each consisting 5,000 rupees worth goods packets. The RMB says an online method has been introduced to register all new vehicles. These facilities are provided at each district secretariat. State Minister Dilum Amundukama says facilities relating to revenue license and other documents are also provided through this system. The Ratana Sutra chanting program conducted by the SLBC will organize today's program at Badegama, Ganegama, Dutugamanu Viharya. This Ratana Sutra period chanting program will air live from Sinhala Commercial Service and City FM Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. That ends local news.
Let's rise with the spirit of success.
In line with the government's development program to uplift the nation, People's Bank introduces the Business Power Loan Scheme to empower small and medium enterprises.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Deputy General Manager of the Sri Lanka Transport Board, Panduka Swarnahansa says effective measures are taken to operate CTB buses today in the western province. The number of buses employed will be increased. That came to you in main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
Moving on to Watchlight. The consumers seriously complain about escalating price hikes on selected essential goods. This has caused immense difficulties to the low-income families. Some errant traders are exploiting this quarantine curfew situation to gain more profits by increasing the prices of essential goods arbitrarily. This is for the attention of the Consumer Affairs Authority. That ends Watchlight. Moving on to world news, let's take a look at the headlines. Armenia, Azerbaijan and Russia sign Nagorno-Karabakh peace deal. Militant Islamists behead more than 50 in Mozambique. Azerbaijan accidentally downs Russian helicopter in Armenia. World news in detail. Armenia, Azerbaijan and Russia have signed an agreement to end military conflict over the disputed enclave of Nagorno-Karabakh. The peace deal talks effect from today. It comes after 6 weeks of fighting between Azerbaijan and ethnic Armenians. The region is internationally recognized as Azerbaijani, but has been run by ethnic Armenians since 1994. That year, a truce was signed, but no peace deal. More than 50 people have been beheaded in northern Mozambique by militant Islamists, state media report. The militants turned a football pitch in a village into an execution ground where they decapitated and chopped bodies, other reports said. Several people were also beheaded in another village, state media reported. The beheadings are the latest in the series of gruesome attacks that the militants have carried out in gas-rich Cabo Delgado province since 2017. Azerbaijan apologized for accidentally shooting down a Russian Mi-24 military helicopter near the Azerbaijani-Armenia border on Monday, which killed 2 Russian servicemen. The incident was accidental and not directed against the Russian side, the Azerbaijani foreign minister said in a statement, adding that Baku is ready to pay appropriate compensation. Earlier in the day, the Russian defense minister said the Mi-24 helicopter, which was outside the combat zone, was shot down by the man-portable air defense system at around 17:30 Moscow time, GMT, when escorting a convoy of the 102nd Russian military base through the territory of Armenia. To wrap up the world news, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Armenia, Azerbaijan and Russia signed Nagorno-Karabakh peace deal. Militant Islamists behead more than 50 in Mozambique. Azerbaijan accidentally downs Russian helicopter in Armenia. That ends world news.
Development News is brought to you by...
My wife always sets a full lunch table even if it's just the 2 of us. She always expects people to drop by, like maybe the army.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others. When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves. Munchie Super Cream Cracker, Super kiyanne nikang neve.
The World Health Organization has donated 100,000 rapid antigen test kits to Sri Lanka. State Minister of Pharmaceutical Production, Supply and Regulations, Professor Channa Jayasumana stated. The State Minister further said that the following a request made by the government of Sri Lanka, the WHO has donated these test kits. Meanwhile, Government Medical Officers Association editor Dr. Harith Halidke said that the rapid antigen test is a low-cost diagnostic test that can be diagnosed COVID-19 in a few minutes, and it is essential to use these tests to manage the current COVID-19 crisis. But certain groups are attempting to promote rapid antigen test as the only solution to prevent the spread of COVID-19. But rapid antigen test is not an alternative for the PCR test. That ends Development News.
When Tati bought a new family car, it wasn't just for the 4 of us.
It's a 10-seater van. Enough for friends and relatives too.
Mummy insisted on building an extra room in our new house.
Well, you never know who'll come to stay. We need more pillows too.
When I was studying late, Nangi would come by to help.
No, I don't know physics, but I do know you need a Munchie Super Cream Cracker.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others.
When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves.
Munchie Super Cream Cracker, Super kiyanne nikang neve.
Moving on to sports news. The Vietnamese Grand Prix has been dropped from the 2021 Formula One calendar, BBC report has learned. It raises doubt that the race, due to make its debut in April before it was called off because of the coronavirus pandemic, will ever take place. The date of the Vietnam race, 25th April, has been left blank on the 22 race 2021 scheduled to be published on Tuesday. That ends sports news.
Empower your dreams with NSV Wings. NSV Wings, recharge the high goals.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Emirates Sky Cargo is stepping up its readiness to handle the logistical complexities of distributing a potential COVID-19 vaccine globally by creating the world's first dedicated airside cargo hub for the vaccine in Dubai. The air cargo carrier is taking a global leadership position by announcing that it will be reopening its Emirates Sky Central DWC cargo terminal in Dubai South to serve as a dedicated anchor hub for cold chain storage and distribution of the vaccine. That ends business news.
Business news, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The wait is over and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSV Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSV Wings. Recharge the high goals.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down. Everything is sorted. Why? I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge.
LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Stock market operations continued seamlessly with no interruptions between October 26th and November 6th amidst an environment where some officers of the Colombo Stock Exchange and several stock broker officers were locked in areas subject to quarantine curfew. In a noteworthy development, trading activities during this period indicates that investors have responded positively to the noteworthy initiatives taken by all capital market stakeholders to continue to operate the market completely remotely, with considerable investor engagement being recorded during the period. That ends economic news.
Congratulations on your promotion. Heard you gave a treat for everyone in your department yesterday.
Yeah.
When will be our treat, huh?
Well, how about today?
Oh no, I was just joking. We'll have a party with your new salary.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Finally, moving on to the weather report, the Met Department shows showers or thunderstorms occur at times in northern, eastern, north central and northwestern provinces. Heavy showers above 100 mm can be expected at some places in northern, north central and northwestern provinces and in Trincomalee district. Showers or thunderstorms will occur at several places elsewhere after 2 p.m. Heavy showers above 100 mm can be expected at some places in western, sub-Ragamba, southern and central provinces. General public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by the temporarily localized strong winds and lightning during thundershowers. This weather report was published this morning at 4:30 a.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. Meanwhile, Alampel area of the Mullaitivu district received the highest rainfall of 150 mm during the last 24 hours ended this morning. That ends the weather report, and to wrap up the morning news broadcast on Radio Sri Lanka, let's take a look at the headlines once again. The budget proposals for 2021 will be presented to the Parliament on the 17th of this month. A special work plan will be devised to stop importing of potato, onions and pepper within the next 3 years. Sri Lanka confirms 36 COVID-19 deaths. The essential services could be delivered to isolated or semi-lockdown areas with the permission of the Health Services Director General. The Health Ministry issues guidelines to the devotees when organizing cutting up incomes. News overseas, Armenia, Azerbaijan and Russia signed Nagorno-Karabakh peace deal. In sports news, the Vietnamese Grand Prix has been dropped from the 2021 Formula One calendar.